Would you call me crazy if I were to stay in a cow pasture field overnight, like this guy right behind me, pack everything up just to walk a couple of miles over that way to go see some cars, random cars, drive around in circles where it costs $12 a beer just to have fun? Well, if you would, you're crazy and I'm crazy, because that is Formula One. Welcome back to another video, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very special day for me because we are here in the Steiermark, the Styrian Austrian mountains at the Red Bull Ring for the Austrian Grand Prix. And today we're going to be figuring out if F1 tickets are really worth it, so let's go do it. And here in Austria at the Austrian Grand Prix, we even have the blast music. It's absolutely sensational to hear my Austrian cultural music with the rumbling of Formula One engines here at the Red Bull Ring. That's something that you don't get anywhere else. The Welcome Center is behind us, and I have to say, this has got to be one of the coolest looking Welcome Centers I've ever seen on any racetrack. All right, guys, so now we're in the paddock with the BWT Alpine Formula One team. It's an honor here at my home race. I just want to show you, this is the engineering home for the Alpine Formula One team. Fun facts about this stuff: there's only 60 people that are allowed to be here at the race in the engineering home. Here we have the BWT Alpine Formula One car tires. You can see the tire blankets on them. Formula One set regulations that these are only allowed to be heated at 70 degrees, and they're the 18-inch tires. If we come here quickly, you can see the wheel covers that they have now. They used to show the spokes, now they have this wheel cover on it, but it's just so cool to be in this stuff. And now we're gonna go right into the garage. Follow me into the BWT Alpine Formula One team garage. There's Pierre Gasly on the screen. And as you can see here, we have all the headphones for the race engineers. That's how they communicate during the race. And then this right here is what's called the viewing area for all the sponsors. And here are the two cars we can see right here with the covers on. I just learned there are 70,000 different components on these Formula One cars. There's about 1,000 people that are on the BWT Alpine F1 team working on these cars. And then the engine is supplied by Renault. And there's about another additional 1,000 people working at Renault. Additionally, you might be questioning and wondering why the garage is so damn empty right now. And that's actually because Formula One puts a curfew on when the race engineers are allowed to be here and work on the car. And funny enough, you're allowed to break that curfew 5 times before you get a penalty. So that's just the tricky stuff in Formula One, right? It's similar to reusing a gearbox. If you use another gearbox, you'll get a penalty. It's just so cool to see this stuff here. So Kushmani and Victor Martins are the two Alpine BWT Academy drivers. And as you guys just heard, they're racing right now on the track. We got to walk the track when they were starting the grid. Unfortunately, because of Formula 2 rights and F1 rights, you're actually not allowed to film anything in the paddock, nor on the pit lane or on track. So you're only allowed to take pictures. So I'll put all the pictures up, no video, but still, what an opportunity. I'm so grateful. Massive shout out to BWT. Remember, change the world sip by sip for you and Planet Blue. All right, ladies and gents, I got my Brody here mic'd up with me. So we just came out of the paddock and the pit lane. I gotta ask him, how many Grand Prix have you been to?
This one in Hungary, to get to go to the paddock on both of those.
That's how we do it, baby.
Pretty good experience, can't complain.
I know it's early, 10 a.m. We've only been here for 2 hours, but worth it?
If you like cars, you like racing, and you like beer, it's pretty worth it. It's pretty worth it.
Speaking of beer, we're about to go get a beer. Maybe that'll give me some inspiration to talk about some other things. And I've mentioned this before, but this is our home race. And I think the really interesting thing about going to Formula One races, wherever the race is, you see the culture of that location. So, right, we're here in the Austrian Grand Prix. You got people in lederhosen everywhere, all the beer.
Too many orange shirts though.
It's too many orange shirts, yeah, exactly.
Lederhosen and orange shirts together, that doesn't, come on now.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So we got our beer. I think the first thing that I want to talk about is I've been to a good amount of F1 races, right? And it's interesting because on TV, when you watch it at home, you have the cameras following the cars everywhere. So you always know exactly what's going on during the race. And, you know, to the Formula One races we've been, sometimes when you're sitting in a general admission, if you don't have a TV screen that's visible enough, sometimes you have a little bit of a lack of information. I think, you know, that's one of the major downsides of going to a race compared to watching it at home. Right at home, you always know what's going on. Here, sometimes you might struggle to understand exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I think the other thing you kind of actually miss on TV, though, on the flip side, is this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what? It's Formula 2 right now.
Yep.
And then Porsche GT Cup, or is that already
Porsche
happened?
Supercar.
They have 2 more races. Everyone's already here. They're drinking, enjoying our österreichische Kultur.
Yeah.
And yeah, that you don't see this part on the TV either, though.
I think another thing you got to consider as well is here you actually, number one, get the visceral experience of hearing the cars. These cars are so damn loud that they shake the earth. You literally feel the vibration coming from these engines, coming from the noise. I feel it right now, it's only Formula 2. And to that point, the Super Cup cars, the Porsche Super Cup, those are even louder than the F1 cars. And again, to that visceral aspect, you know, you actually get to see how damn fast these cars are moving, right? The camera never does justice of picking that stuff up, ever. So yeah, there's a lot of pros and cons, and it's still so early, and I'm having a freaking blast. I can't complain, bro. Okay, so we are after turn 1. This is the main straightaway. We see the Porsche Super Cup cars here. We have the BWT car in 3rd right there. I got my beer in my left hand. We can see now the BWT car has moved up into 2nd position actually, which is awesome. These Red Bull grandstands are really, really unique because you can see this long straightaway here. Up to turn 3 is a massive overtaking opportunity. We can see turn 6 and 7 and 8 all the way behind the main straightaway right there. Got him on the switchback. The guy locked up, went deep, and through he goes. All right, guys, so this is the start for the 2024 Austrian Grand Prix. As we look right here, there's Max Verstappen in front, Lando Norris in 2nd. I tell you right now, there is a different level from Porsche Super Cup cars or Formula 2 cars compared to Formula 1. These Formula 1 cars are just moving with such a different pace. These guys are literally pulling 3-4 Gs through these corners. It's absolutely insane. All right, so these are the 2 interesting things that I wanted to talk about. Number 1, when you go to a Formula 1 race, you actually gain a perspective for how freaking fast these drivers are driving. But it is challenging to understand what is actually going on. If you're a newcomer to Formula 1 and you're not keeping up with the race, you're not watching every single lap, looking who's in first, looking who just went into the pits, it becomes very challenging to understand how the race is developing. And, you know, that's the TV we see, right? But you can barely see the names of the racers and all that stuff. So those are the pros and cons you have of going to the race. But hey, I mean, I think it's freaking awesome. Look, Lando just came out the pits. And he got him. He got him into turn 3. All right, guys, so something interesting I've noticed is that right there are 2 bumps on the 2nd main straightaway after the 1st straightaway. And the Red Bull cars are going over those bumps with no problem, but it seems as if every other car is avoiding those 2 bumps right there. Just shows that, each car has a different ride height on them, and they're running different heights with different downforce levels. So here, we have the Red Bull going over it. Red Bull was all the way over to the right, the other cars were not, see? Case in point right here. These guys are at the track and they're not even watching it on the track. They're watching it on the TV right there on the big screen, drinking beer with the guys. It's all you need. It's all you need. Alright guys, so I just wanted to voice over this short little section. We actually decided to leave our grandstands within the last 10 laps of the race because we were getting baked by the sun. And we saw this awesome big TV, so we decided to finish the race watching it there because we'd be much more informed of what was happening. Additionally, this TV was much closer to the exit of the track, and so we were able to beat the crowd, which is something I recommend doing. Moreover, I want to give my general consensus on my thoughts of attending a Formula 1 race, and I think it is certainly worth it if you have never been to one. Additionally, I think the sweet spot for a true Formula 1 fan is 1 to 2 races per year. I would say I recommend trying to go to a new race every year because this is the beauty of Formula 1. No F1 race is the same as another, as each is held in a different venue/country. But overall, for a newcomer, the environment is absolutely sensational. You get to see the culture and gain an appreciation for the sport of Formula 1, which is such a unique sport with 20 different drivers, 24 races across the globe, all in different countries, where engineers and race car drivers and team principals combine to create a functioning team. There's not many other sports like it, and I would certainly recommend the experience. As we now can see, there's been a complete shift in who is leading this race. And that was a sight to see that we haven't seen in a long time. Toto Wolff smiling on camera, on TV, because this man right here, George Russell, is about to take first place. Alrighty, ladies and gents, the race has literally just concluded, and already there's a massive crowd getting out to be able to leave with no traffic, and that is how it is at these Formula 1 races. I brought my beloved brother on to talk a little bit about, you know, his emotions, his thoughts about the Formula 1 Grand Prix. But yeah, I'll keep it sweet and short here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please browse the channel, subscribe, and watch some of my previous content. And I'll see you guys next time with even better car content.